celebrating our 17-year anniversary in May. I mean, it's been 17 years since we started, the company, and it's such a delightful good news. We grew the company, from 1,000 naira to where it is today. And then congratulations to all of the staffs, the management, and thank you so much as well for taking out time, to join this live session despite your itinerary.
Fantastic, great one,
Yeah.
This company started with a vision 17 years ago, and we will not be here without our amazing clients. All our clients, please give your hands. You're not big. I don't know if I remember those that their money is in that 1,000 naira. They are sick clients. They don't even know they've done us a huge service. Yeah. But thank you so much.
17 years ago.
We're here today. Yeah. And now we're here to hear from the visionary, because without him, this company would not have been perfect. I won't be an employee, you won't be an employee. Yeah. The way I'm talking is as if I was here 17 years ago. No. But the story, the culture of this company has been preserved by none other than our founder, our chairman, who has graciously been the head of this company for a long time and has allowed people like me and others to take it from where it is now and grow it to several subsidiaries. Let's all welcome with a wonderful round of applause, Dr. Stephen.
The Eagle, aka Mentorship. Well, I want to honestly thank everybody, all our over 300 employees all over the world. This has been streamed to all our staff joining us globally. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I also want to thank, there's a group you guys miss out, our over 15,000 independent marketers, right? These people hustle all over the world, selling the brand GTEXTHoldings. Can we celebrate them one more time? You see, one of the beautiful things about this company is that even though it started with one man, it has not been just a company that benefited one man. You will be happy to know that in over 17 years, we have paid our commission to the tune of over 2 billion naira to people who sell for us across the globe, right? So if we are putting it in dollars, over $2 million has been paid to people who sell our properties in Dubai, UK, US, Nigeria, and other places we are expanding to. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So if we are putting it in dollars, to Dubai, places. Thank you. We are rolling out the drum, red carpet, massive celebration. Activity is starting immediately. From Thursday, we're going to be having the Q1 meeting with all our investors and stakeholders. Of course, I have my new brand. That is unfortunate. But I think our story is brand. That is unfortunate. But I think our story is that of, yes, happy customers. You'll be glad to know in 17 years we have over 3,000 customers across all our various companies, right? Yes, and we are going to be doing a lot to showcase some of what has been going on, what we do, where we are. And I think this trend gives us an opportunity, right, to just be able to have more visibility. Right, because anything we just also have this YouTuber who has been making money on YouTube and has been doing marketing. We did a press release yesterday, posted it as well to help us. Good job, and let me say, pending when the law will get to her, because it is criminal to you start a YouTube show and then you begin to bring down people, harass them, and you are profiting from it, right? What people don't know is that in these past few days, our lawyers have been watching everything, you know. Even some of the fake groups they created, our lawyers are in those groups, and they are screenshotting every evidence. You see, if you want to deal with people, you need evidence, right? You just don't, some people are saying he's not reacted. It's not, react to what? We need evidence, right? Because we must understand that there's a difference, and a lot of Africans don't know the difference. But even though they claim they don't know the difference, they don't do it to white people. There's a difference between what? Civil transaction and what? Criminal, right? You cannot wake up and call somebody a fraud because you paid them money. If you think something wrong has happened, take them to court. You have the right. It's your right. Let the court be the one to say something was wrong here. And by the way, in 17 years, we've had clients take us to court, and they won, and they got paid. So there's nothing wrong with that. But to go on social media and then create all these fictitious stories, right? Because you don't have solid evidence for the stories you are saying, hence you didn't go to court, right? It means that, as far as I'm concerned, that you are after something else. Now, the worst part is when you are now profiting from it, right? You are not my client, Madam YouTuber, but you are making money off lies and bringing people, you know, who you should have advised and say, hey, if you truly have problem with these people, right, get a lawyer, take them to court, and for me, I think has happened is there is a new face for the company. Anytime you meet a new level, there's right? In 17 years, we've never trended like this, where people are angry over 20K mentorship. And I've posted this mentorship program before. January, we gave 40 people mentorship program. 40 people for free, right? For free. But what's funny is that we never trended. You know, it's not a new program. You know, if something is new, it's not a new program. Thank God 2 days or 3 days ago, Mr. Deji shared his testimony, Salvation shared his testimony. So we have too many testimonies. If you even go to our Instagram group, you see many testimonies of the mentorship program. By the way, even today, I had a session with a gentleman that we're mentoring to move from construction to real estate. And so there's too much testimony. And they're online. When people say, what's the proof? It's online. You just don't want to check it out. It's online. But guess what? I have over 3,000 videos for free. That is not 20K or 18K USD. That you can go and watch. I've seen people grow from those free 18K, and their life has changed. Those who know Grant Cardone can go and ask him if I have not paid him over $250,000 to be mentored. In fact, at some point, Grant Cardone's team mentor our staff, and we paid $1,000 to train our staff on sales. And we paid, right? Robert Kiyosaki, John Maxwell, Brian Tracy, Les Brown. Go ask these people. If it was free, they mentored me. Okay? Hey, I'm resuming in Harvard. $150,000. If I invest so much in myself, and I'm saying if you want some form of that, you need to pay it. I'm angry. And I've also created books, over 47 books you can go get. Come on, I think I've tried. Yeah. And I want to thank everybody who has reached out over this 18K trending matter. I've gotten calls, I've had people defending us, people you will never expect in high places, just saying, I stand for this guy. And that's why we say, better have integrity. Let your reputation precede you. So that the day of crisis, your reputation has gone ahead. There are people who say, no, I can stand for this person. I know what this person is. A client that said, me, I don't know what they're talking about. Me, I paid and I got my right, and I don't know what anybody is talking about. So for me, is 3 issues is what I've seen about, or 4 issues. There are those who are angry that I'm charging 20K, right? If you don't want 20K, you don't have it. Life is of the YouTube guy, right, giving you gossip, right? What will change your life is on YouTube. Go watch it. 3,000 of them. I've written 47 books, right? On Amazon, go buy it. These are affordable ones. If you can't afford 20K, it's not by force. I cannot diminish my standard, right, because you don't like it or because you can't afford it. I don't think that's right. And the caliber of people for the $20,000 coaching, which is now $25,000, are a different set of people. They are business owners. They already have their businesses. They already do minimum of $100,000 and above in transactions. They're already at a level, okay? They are the ones we target for that program. So for those of you in that category, please, that's the solution. Now for rumor over some people bought property in Dubai, there's a nurse in US, there's a doctor in Saudi, there's somebody in UK. I want to ask, right, where is the evidence that one dime was paid to our company account? Before you stab mob, you know, I've seen situations where I watch online and somebody just say, ole, ole, that one dime was paid to our company account. Ole, and what happened? Someone. And we have had situations. I have a mentor whose mom was killed in a Limos Go riot, his biological mother. And it was during the chaos of the riots, somebody just accused Oli and they burnt her alive. Ruining a whole generation. Nobody say, where's the evidence? Nobody, you say, petition is not evidence that even proves transaction. Right? Now, even when there are evidences, you still have to subject it to the court of law. So that the court can now say, okay, we are reviewing, having reviewed here and there, these are the things. Good news. This matter has been taken to court and we won. Are you happy to know that? The people in Dubai. Because the judge still said to them, you asked us to freeze this company account that you did not pay money to their account. Right? There's no record. You only swore an affidavit. Can you believe that? You don't have any record that you paid money to them. You only swore an affidavit. And you have no idea when I heard this story, because I don't run any of our businesses. I'm privileged to be the chairman. I'm an investor like anybody else. We have a group CEO for the last 2 years. And he's going to be addressing all the investors as he normally does. I think every month, Mr. Rana addresses everybody. And he will be addressing on Thursday, you know, giving updates of, this is the best year for us as a company. We've never grown like this before. Amazing growth this year. Yeah, amazing growth. And the devil has failed. He came late. Late. Right? So for us is, when this, you know, the manager of our business in Dubai, this was 3 years ago or 4 years ago, said, we had some client, they paid to a developer, you know, and they did not get the property. I said, first of all, do we even have a contract between these customers and us? There's no contract. I said, no, it was not contract, it was just referral. There's no single contract between us. Okay, so, and then money did not pay to us. But I still went to the developer's office and said, you know, based on my privilege, you know, based on my visibility, we introduce some people to you people, right? And they said you didn't give them property. The developers in the office said, what do you mean by that? These people defaulted on their payment. And by themselves, they signed a document they default, they forfeit the amount. And there was a Nigerian. The first decision I did was I did to say I no longer work with this guy because he's working for a company that we refer people to them. They didn't give them their property. But mind you, to be fair to the company, we've already done over $10 million transaction with this customer got their property. As I speak to you today, we have over 50 happy customers who didn't just get property, they are getting monthly rental returns in Dubai. Yes. So it was just this batch of people. The developer claimed they defaulted. So we then still went further. I did a disclaimer. Use this guy's picture. If you still go online, you see the disclaimer I did against this guy. But I didn't know by somebody's pictures. You see somebody, you go and post somebody's picture and say you do business with them, so they are fraud. You see who will go to jail. It is you, because it is criminal, right, to take somebody's image and judge them when there is a court, right? It's called defamation. And there's criminal defamation as well, right? And it's more criminal when you are making profit from it because you've monetized your YouTube, monetized your Facebook. And so gullible people are coming, you ruining the reputation of somebody that worked 17 years. And they are just enjoying, thinking you are doing them a favor. You are also telling them to join group, you want to fight. You are greedy, you is making up money at the back end from the YouTube monetization and the Facebook monetization. How callous, how wicked, right? How wicked. But the good news is this, that our lawyers are working on it. It's in the US, right? And in what? In Nigeria. Not only that, our team is also reporting the person to FBI, right? We're reporting the person to the FBI because you cannot begin to take advantage because and the criminal element is that she's making profit from it. That's the criminal element because she's making money on the side, right? Making money on the side. So for me, I'm happy about our 17th year anniversary. I'm happy about the fact that we have more success stories than bad stories. We have over 3,000 people who bought land. By the way, most people don't know that our biggest business is land. We champion the concept of land banking because we realize that most people can't afford to buy a full house. Right here in Doha now, that we started selling houses even here in Doha, and people are free, yes, to buy property from us in Doha. Average property, I mean, we did a tour yesterday, right? It's $400,000. Right? Same thing in Nigeria. You're seeing a house, it's too expensive. But guess what? Someone can buy a land for 10 million. Someone can buy a land for... In fact, one of the reasons we started GTEX Land and GTEX was this issue of distrust. So if you notice, part of the videos we have on YouTube was educating people. What is governor's consent? What is this? Even video of me on YouTube, you can go watch it. Give you a land. How do you even file a case? I did a video on it, sir. Okay? Just so that people understand their rights and how to fight for their rights. You have the right. If any company cheats you, you have the right to defend yourself, to go for justice. You have the right. But do it the legal means. Do it the legal means. Don't blackmail people on social media. So this guy, and thank God, when I did this disclaimer with this guy, I never said, oh, some clients didn't get money. I only said we no longer do business together with this person. Oh boy, I was shocked when he went to report in Dubai police. Yeah? The staff of the developer that these people paid to, and some of them also paid to his personal account for him to exchange the money for them. He just went to the police in Dubai, and you know I lived in Dubai for 3 years, and said that I remember going to meet the police officer. I said, no, this is Dubai. It's criminal to post a disclaimer on somebody, or you can't do that. Here, it's criminal. I said, but My client complained that he didn't pay. I said, no, that's civil. Only courts can determine that, right? Like I said, what saved us from that case was that eventually, when the prosecutor saw it, he said, well, they did not in any way mention he was a thief, he was a fraud. I'm not making sense at all. They only said they no longer have business with him. That's what saved us. Okay? Else, it would have been so bad. But guess what? These people have also taken us to court. We won. Done all manner. We won. But if anybody cares for these people, let them tell them. Okay? Can they take the companies and the individual they paid money to court? And I'm willing. I already have paid 2 lawyers in Dubai to help them fight it. Paid already. And the money I paid, the money we've paid them 2 years ago. Right? To at least, and our team, I'm told, in the Dubai team, reach out to them many times. Send evidence. Show up. Because one of the things that they advise us at the police station is if you think a developer in Dubai cheated you, number one, the person that can fight the case is the person who paid to them. You, GTEX, did not pay to the developer. You cannot fight it. Right? You live in Doha. You know that's the rule. Right? So they told us we can't fight it. They said decline themselves, must get a lawyer, and they work with the lawyer to at least account, to the developer's account. You only introduced a referral, right? You only did a referral. Am I making sense at all? And so that is that about that. I've seen Punch newspaper. The Punch guy, he'd reach out to us that he was saying he saw something trending on 20K. He wants to write on it. And what is the my media's aid reply? And she gave him, only for him to go and do cut and join. EFCC response to CBEX, right? He joined it with the trending story of $20,000. And I just, how can a company like Punch, by the way, we are suing them. How can a company like Punch be so low in reportage? How can they descend so low? Because you want clickbait, right? Because you want clickbait. Yes, EFCC frowned against you paying anybody in dollars, in cash. My coaching is in dollars, but you can pay the Naira equivalent. I also don't live in Nigeria. I live in the US. My house is in the US. Okay, I come to Nigeria to check my investments, to train my people, meet my family. So I have the right to charge in any denomination. But typically, you want to pay Naira, pay your Naira. You want to pay dollar, pay your dollar. Right? So I don't know. You can go to the EFCC page. There's no write-up anywhere about, we are warning you against somebody charging $18,000 coaching. And check their page. It's not there. But once you want to sensationalize it, others want to say, you let them sensationalize. You make a few scapegoats out of them. It's as simple as that. Like I told you, please give me my phone. Nigeria is a country of bullies by the bully for the bully, and people just want to bully you. And sometimes if you don't stand up to a bully, what happens? If you don't stand up to a bully, what happens? He gets away with bullying. He even thinks he or she is right to continue to bully. Now here is a gentleman. By the way, some of the fake news they are pushing around on social media. Here's the guy. Can we put it closer? I hope each camera can see it. Remanded in prison, Kirikiri prison, for defamation, criminal defamation. That's the guy. You can tell them show on that camera too. And if they go on Linda Ikeji and other blog, they will see it. Remanded in prison for defaming GTEXTHoldings and the chairman. Is that the story he did that he went to jail for? In fact, what hurt about this gentleman's story was 3 weeks, the judge gave him a very easy bail. 100,000 Naira and your ID card. 3 weeks later, he was still in jail. He could not produce $100. And guess what? Some people were behind it because he confessed. And his lawyer was trying to beg to say, yes, somebody sponsored him from Dubai or somewhere to go and be making all those fictitious posts against the company, right? And really, really apologized. But what hurts me was that the people who sponsor him, because to pay all these bloggers who carried him, not give him 100,000 naira to bail him out. They could not. And you see, for me, I don't respond to all this fake news. Let the lawyers do their job, right? And when some people are remanded in prison, nobody should carry my name, nobody should call me. If you break the law, what? You face the law. It's as simple as that. You break the law, you face the law. We had a press conference in December, and we're going to be posting it very soon, where we told some of our clients, we realized that some of our land we bought 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, right, are just there. We are not able to develop it because people were not paying development levy. When you live in the US, you pay property tax. I live in an estate in the US, in Houston, right? I pay HOA, right, every year, right? That is money to maintain that estate, keep it clean, right? Sustain the infrastructure in that estate. I pay tax also on my property, okay? So any developer that really wants to build a modern, because we do site and service, we just sell land. It's your job to now build on your land. But the best we can do is we fence it, we try and provide security, even if we have not fenced it, so that they don't encroach your land. Now, Lagos State has issued a warning that if you buy a land and you don't develop it, they are going to take it. Particularly for Ibejuleki. Yeah, it's online. Go and Google it. They're going to take it. So we did a press conference to say, hey, we have properties that many of you have not paid your development levy. We need to at least fence it so that when any Lagos State official is coming, we already have Beryl that they use 5 acres for Coastal Road already out of it. In your interest, pay development fee. They said, well, I want to pay the development fee of 10 years ago or 7 years ago. I'm sorry, I'm not behind selling cement. 7 years ago, cement was 2,000 naira. Right now, it's over 10,000. That's not me. Iron rod was 6,000 per ton, 600,000 per ton. It's over 1 million. Sand, because some of this land needs some filling. It was being sold for 30,000. It's now being sold for between 120,000 to 200,000. So if you didn't pay the development fee on time so that we could have fenced it, right? It's not my fault that you need to pay the prevailing price right now. But we then said, okay, you know what? Some people probably will be angry to say, it's not fair. Well, the contract we have together for all those buying property from us clearly says that if you want a refund, we are to deduct 30% administrative fee. Why? Even those who market for us, I told you we have 15,000 marketers, they get 20%, they get 10% direct, there are indirect commission that then lead to 20% because you have incentive, all expense, paid trip and all that. You also have your normal administrative costs, your office, rent, staff salary, all of that. So 30% administrative fee, people attended to you. And you signed, right? They didn't force you, you signed. So, but guess what the company decided to do? The management approved that you don't need to pay that 30%. If you say you can't pay the development levy, right, for one reason or the other, send us back the document we gave you. And what are we going to do? We refund you in full, but give us time. We need a space of 3 to 6 months to refund you because we too have to get new customers before we have funding to pay you. And I think that's a fair conversation. Okay? Abi, is it not fair? Yeah. Okay? And I think that's fair. Now, if you don't think you are not okay with this, what are you supposed to do? Go to court. Right? Go to court. Say, hey, I have this issue with these people. I don't agree with them. this. And the court can now say, no, we don't accept what you have said to these people. You have the right. Our lawyers are on standby as well to defend the organization. It's as simple as that. That is what they do in developed world and in places where people do the right things. I think those are the three major. The other ones are just some fake news where he said, I paid 500 million. I will be happy. 500 million. Where did you see that one? I mean, I've read all manner. But good news, we are going higher. Wow, we are going higher. So in celebration of our 17th year anniversary, here are the activities. On Thursday, we're doing an investors meeting. On Friday, you'll be glad to know, in the US, we are closing one of our estates where we are building 24,000 units. And we already have, and we already have permits, right? So in the next few weeks, we close on Friday. In the next few weeks, contractors are getting to site to start building. What I'm happy about with this trend is that we have acquired new customers, right? Many of you watching didn't know Steve Akita before. You know one GTEX. Okay, but now you know us. And by the time you see what we stand for, you have opportunity to know us better and see that all the fake news are just faking it. We also are doing some media engagement on Friday. We're still will be, I think, some customers have agreed to come and share testimony of the impact of GTEX on a major bloggers platform on Friday and on Saturday. Are you happy to know that? Right? And you'll be hearing from that there are some group of people here. You can't have over 3,000 customers and everybody like you. I use Marriott and Hilton. Oh boy, in my how many years of dealing with Marriott, I have complained many times. I have threatened to leave Marriott many times. But sometimes I also have to look at it. Okay, where am I leaving Marriott for? Or which hotel am I leaving Hilton for? So sometimes I complain. If they're able to resolve it, fine. There are sometimes they tell me this is their policy. I remember we had a training last year. We made a deposit, $3,500, yep, for the training. And then we needed to change the date. They said no. Okay, refund at $3,500. I kid you not. Marriott said, nope, they are not refunding us. That we have signed. That there's no refund. True story, right? I was saying, I was even threatening them to go on social media. They said, well, our lawyers are on standby. Nobody taught me before I calm down. Okay? And I know what defamation is in America. America is not Nigeria. It's not. And some people will soon learn. Yeah, they'll soon learn. You're going to learn. America is not Nigeria. The law works there. The law is solid. Right? Somebody gives you evidence, right? And they cannot change the evidence anymore. Evidence, videos. By the way, I hope you have downloaded all the videos, right, of all those bloggers. Have you downloaded them? Oh, yeah. Have you downloaded those videos? Let them not delete them, please. Download all the videos because those are evidences. I know you screenshot some stuff, some comments, have been screenshots, but you need to download every video anyone has ever done that is fake news about the company. Just download, right? And there's also one gentleman, they say it's Owen Lawrence somewhere. Say in 2018, he paid $2,000, and it's $2,000 that I've used to expand to where I am. May God save us. Falano is one of our lawyers. Falano wrote to his lawyer, okay, and said, can you provide evidence that you even paid a $2,000 plus to, Dr. Stephen, or provide evidence. this guy gave us some PayPal and account that he paid to. None is ours. We even explained, say, but that he went to police station that time, and that one of our staff signed at the police station to help him get the money back. I think some of our team had reached out to the staff, and the staff said, we did a webinar those days. We used to do webinars. In fact, this is the reason why, I don't know if you have noticed that in the last 5 years, I've never done any course on crypto or Forex. And it's not because I don't know it or I don't invest, right? It was because there were so many fake, in fact, people, I was still in New York, a friend of mine said he met somebody, and the person said, yeah, this is your friend. I joined the coaching, they removed me from the group. First of all, and you see why I'm not cheap again. My friend said, first of all, he doesn't have any $200 coaching. It's not even like now that we do, but it doesn't have any $200 coaching on Forex or crypto, right? Somebody must have scammed you. So one of the things we had to do was to stop those crypto, because people will create groups and target Stephen Akitayo group and then be scamming people and all of that. So, but in this case, a guest was invited on webinar. This gentleman invested with the guest that came for that particular webinar. And when we reached out to the guest said, hey, I paid for my course, and I've sent him the video. He said he doesn't want again. I didn't, I don't know this guy. I wasn't involved in the case, but this is the feedback my team gave. The staff it was our lawyer, company lawyer then, so he went when he took it to Ogba police station. And he explains, okay, I will sign that I will follow up with the guests we invited, right? And see how we can pay back the money, okay, or how he can pay back the money. And when we reach out to the guests, the funny thing is, the guests that presented. The guests you pay to. Why are you not chasing that guest? Oh, the guest is not famous. Simakita is the one that is famous. If you didn't pay to me, you can't expect me to pay you what you didn't pay for. And I have said this over time. Some of us work hard to get to this level so that we have resources to defend ourselves, right? And I can tell you, by the help of God, I am heavily connected to defend myself. Heavily resourced to defend myself anywhere in the world. Anywhere. And I've always done things with integrity, and the right way we should do. And I think sometimes the problem is ignorance. People can't separate your company from your individual life, right? People don't even know there's a difference between Stephen Akitayo and the company he owns. And if you drag Stephen Akitayo into a company he is an investor in, I'm no longer a director in any of GTEX companies since 2 years ago. But you drag me into it, right? Now you have to face the consequences. Because you are free to sue the company you paid to. Okay? You're free to do that. So back to the good news, where management has also approved a 25%. We'll be talking about this in some of the media outing. 25% discount on all our estates that is landed. For the housing scheme, the houses we do in Nigeria are called off-plan. You pay us and we build. Because, and people ask why. Sometimes people have asked, Dr. Stephen, why have you to build so many houses in Nigeria? I said, well, in Dubai, we only sell houses. In Doha now, we are only selling houses. We are not selling land. In the US, we have not even started selling, we sell houses. We only sell houses and maybe one estate that we're selling land in. Okay? But in Nigeria, we have reduced our housing scheme to, you pay us, we build, and then we deliver. Why? We've seen some of our colleagues in the business who went to take loan, right, to build large number of houses. You will see houses in Abuja. You people are from Abuja now, empty, because loan. Nobody is buying those houses. The bank has taken over. I know one that the guy, was seeking my mentorship. The value of the land is over 5 billion, the land. He took a loan of 2 billion from the bank. When the added interest is now 3 billion, he couldn't pay. He then told the bank, okay, can you guys let's divide the land. take 3 billion worth of the land, give me my remaining 2 billion. Because I've also had clients who pay for land. In fact, the estate, some people already live in it. They bought the land, they built the bank took over the entire place. So for us, we said, we are not going to do that model. Do site and service. You buy land from us, take your time. You can even choose to say, I'm waiting 5 years before I build. But pay development levy so we can fence round. Government or land grabbers don't take the land. Right? And that's the whole goal of and how we operate. And so in Nigeria, we move at our pace. We are not rushing after anybody. We are not competing after anybody. We move at our pace. At some point, we even tried to do their model. Okay, let's try and build more houses. We had 11 clients, isn't it? Who paid us for housing. They paid, I think, 35 million for Farouk. 40 million for what bedroom? 3 bedroom, and then 2 bedroom, how much? 35. And you won't believe it, in a space of 6 months, inflation more than double, variation more than double. Contractor came back and was saying all contractors were abandoning it, that except we pay them more. Can we go back to the customer? Say, dear customer, pay us double what you paid. You know, we had to call them and refund it. We arranged a flexible payment with many of them and paid. We only have a few, I think about 4 of them, who were patient with us and paid a little bit more. In fact, on those 4 units, we made a loss, but to keep our reputation with those who endured with them, and they've gotten their key. 3 weeks ago, I would say 1 month ago, one of them was there. We had the king of that place, Dr. Cosmos. We presented her key. She's one of those, hopefully, will be joining some of our conversation to share a story. One is collecting rent and making money. So I don't know the story about, if you don't understand people's business model, go and ask them now. But you can't go and be slandering them and be creating all manner of nonsense. It won't work. But those who still want to do a housing off plan, they can do it. We have 5% discount. In US, well, sorry, there's no discount for that one. Dubai, there's no discount, but we have a bonus for anniversary that we are doing, and this is the bonus for everybody who buy from us in Dubai or Doha or US. We will do a raffle draw, and we're giving 17 of them free plot of land, including old customers. Yes. Okay. So that's our 17th year anniversary promo for those ones. So you'll be hearing more but from my end, this is the last time you hear from me. The rest is you are hearing from lawyer, you are hearing from the management of GTEX. I am an investor like anybody else. Now, the MD of GTEX is there. People are owing me billions, and you know.
Yes, sir.
Right? I've not been paid salary, ask them, for many years. They've had to put it back into the business. Right? My commission, I bring customer, I've not taken one commission. They put it back into the business. And the goal is that at some point when the company grows to a level, I want to collect it back. In land, I'm not even collecting cash, right? That's my just salary and commission alone over the years, and some other loan I gave the company. I'm always giving the company loan because I make my money. How did you think I charge $18K? Right? My books are selling on Amazon like wildfire. I charge for public speaking. I'm one of the most invited public speakers all over the world. And I make money. I make my own good. But for us as for the company, I've always had to be there to even invest, put in my money, and make sure the company keeps running well. You'll be glad to know we've done refund to clients who had issues, they want their money back, to the tune of over $1 billion. We've given people who invested with us, wanted return over $1 million. I mean, there's so much that has gone into, and you'll be hearing from the company themselves. And I think, and Farouk, you people too, take up your, right? Because I think you are mixing me too much with the, so people are not able to separate the brand of Dr. Stephen right, from GTEXTHoldings, and it keeps creating issues. And I think we have an opportunity here to separate the two.
Yes, sir.
Right? And so you'll be hearing more from GTEX management and team. You'll also be hearing from our lawyers. For anyone who broke the law, we have enough evidence right now. I think one of our lawyers said he watched one of the stuff from beginning to the end and took his time to pin out every criminal breach. Yes, he did. Oh. Every criminal breach. He took his time. So the law will speak. Abby?
Yeah.
Once again, for a lot of our clients, many who have said they are ready to go live. If I remember, some of our clients were sending me screenshots that they send message to this YouTube lady that we are ready to come on your show, right? To share that we got good relationship with these people. They sent me screenshot, and that the lady refused to pull them, and it's only bringing people who have negative things to say on board. And then, so is that journalism? Or what exactly is she doing? Right? Because if you want to do journalism, you hear from both sides, right? And, you don't do otherwise. But at this point, there's enough evidence that show criminality, criminal intent on the part of the person to slander, malicious intents, defamation, and several other criminal things that is involved. And the person feels the music. Once again, thank you to everyone that has reached out. Friends, loved ones, I appreciate you all. Two good news. I'm starting a new company called 18K LLC. I must be the one to make money from this trend. It can't be somebody making money on YouTube and Facebook. No. I'm starting a new company and it's called 18K USD LLC. I'm also starting a reality TV show very soon. Yes, and the reality TV show is coming up as actually a real estate online coaching program, and that will into the best students will now be able to be part of the reality TV show. And we're picking people from all over the world. We're going to be it's going to be a global, and we'll be moving from one country to the other. We can start with Nigeria. The next year we'll do it in the US, but participants are coming from all over the world. Another time we'll do it in Dubai, another time we'll do it in Doha, another time we'll do it in the UK. But it's going to be a major move. We're also starting a YouTube series, and we're also starting movies as well. So there's a lot in the pipeline, I want to thank everyone. Some of your offenses, I saw many of you writing articles to defend people angry that someone is charged. I saw that many of you also picked it early, that some people are now using the trend to promote their hidden agenda. Some people are also investigating that some of these people are probably being sponsored, right, by maybe some competitors, we don't know. But the investigations are still on. But we're making progress, we're moving forward. I appreciate every single one, staff, management, investors, our sales team. Thank you. Happy 17th year anniversary. On Wednesday next week, we're also feeding our normal feeding program. We're feeding 1,000 widows, right? In partnership with Cocoon Foundation, 1,000 widows on Wednesday as well, and several other projects that you'll be seeing as they unfold. But please, if you are a customer, we have a meeting on Thursday. I don't know, can you flash the flyer of the meeting? We'll have a meeting on Friday. Jamie, can you flash the flyer of the meeting? On Friday, or go to the GTEXTHoldings page, GTEX Homes page, GTEX Land page. They have the flyer there. If you're an investor, happy or angry, come, right? because we will explain. There's nothing we do that we can't give you explanation for. And some of you are not happy, you want there are people to address those concerns in those meetings, and whatever you want that is doable, right, to alleviate your concern, we are, I mean, I can tell you I have one of the best management team ever that you can find in Nigeria. Right? One of the best, right? Farouk has been with us for over 7 years, right? Grew down the ranks. He knows the story, he knows the history. Bukola, for how many years? 9 years, right? She knows the story. She grew down the ranks. Several other people who, so we have a very responsible management team running the business, and you will meet them on Thursday. You can say, hey, I reach out to you people, you didn't do this. You have the rights. You're an investor, for Christ's sake, right? Those are the platform. Every month, we also do monthly meeting. Every subsidiary does their monthly meeting to meet with investors. Come, raise your concerns, and I believe it will be addressed. You too, that you are dragger, you don't believe us, now lie, they are these, come. Imbanu, come. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Dr. Steven. As we wrap up, I just want to share something very important. A lot of people don't understand that. They don't even understand the business of real estate. So what you don't understand, you cannot speak about. And what I tell my clients is, when you buy from us, you are not buying from us for us. You are buying for yourself. For example, the land that we sold in Beru, some people bought for 1.5. They cannot phantom. They cannot phantom why they will pay X amount of development level. But can you believe that land is nothing less than 45 to 50 million naira? In fact, I can remember when Dr. Singh was on that land as far back as 2018. That land was a refuse dump. You saw the refuse dump and you bought. Now, although, yes, we've lost 5 acres, but the good news is that your own land is not part of the 5 acres. Yeah. We've taken the loss as a company.
And it's now facing coastal road.
It's not facing the coastal road.
From 1.5 million. Thank you, Farouk, for mentioning this. I didn't even mention. Value has moved from 1.5 million to 40 million.
You're not going to give us part of it.
And then you are now to pay a substantial amount, so we fence it, we surfill, we do road. You are not complaining. That must be greed. And they said, okay, if you are not interested, we return your money. You said, no, you can't eat your cake and have it. Please go ahead.
Right. And for us that run the business, like I say, I tell my clients, yes, you bought this land, but I'm doing you a favor. I'm taking the risk. I'm employing lawyers. Currently, we have people that are security men on that site for 5 years, 6 years, salary. We do these things for you. We are creating generational wealth for you. So we are not in Nigeria. We are protecting your land. You buy from money land, before you know it, 5 people. We also experience that as developers. And what we do is, whatever you have invested with us, you will never lose your money. It just takes time. Yes, there will be issues here and there, but that is part of the business. But we have vowed that no one will invest with us and not get value. Now, if you are not patient, you want to get your money back, you are free. You have to pay my salary, of course, right? So that's why we do those deductions when it comes to it. But like I'm saying, anyone has any issues, we have our customer care numbers. You have my number, to give out my number. On Thursday, I'll be speaking with you. Just join. You can see anything. We are ready to face it. We are not cowards. And that's why we're here to face you, right? I'm taking responsibility as the MD of GTEXTHoldings to address any of your concerns. So see you on Thursday. Once again, let's clap for Dr. Steven Akintayo. Yeah, because he basically did our job for us, and you are an ambassador that we cannot afford to pay.
You have to.
We cannot afford to pay.
Because it's my name they are dragging, you are the one running the business.
Because what he basically did was influencing. The same way people influence from you cannot drag them, right? Go for people that you paid money to. Exactly. Thank you so much for joining us, and we see you on Thursday.
And I can influence company that I founded, even though I'm no longer a director. It's a thing of joy that you founded a business, and because you have a big name, you can still influence for that business. It's a big joy, you know. But you must still know that there's a difference between that influencer or individual or founder and the. Well done, guys. Appreciate you all. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. End the live. Thank you. By the way, we're in Doha. You can